Let's begin our journey into literary theory with New Criticism, a movement that transformed how we read and interpret literature in the 20th century. Dominating American literary criticism from the 1930s to the 1950s, New Criticism shifted the focus away from the author's biography, historical context, or moral lessons. Instead, it treated the literary text as a self-contained, autonomous work, what Cleanth Brooks famously called a well-wrought urn. Heart of New Criticism lies in close reading, a careful, detailed analysis of language, structure, imagery, and literary devices. This approach insists that form and content are inseparable and that meaning is found within the text itself. Key concepts include paradox, irony, tension, ambiguity, and metaphor, all working together to create complexity and organic unity. New Criticism also introduced the intentional and effective fallacies, warning against judging a work by the author's intent or the reader's emotions. Though later challenged by other theories, its legacy of rigorous textual analysis remains foundational in literary studies today. New Criticism movement was shaped by a remarkable group of thinkers. Cleanth Brooks, with works like The Well-Wrought Urn, argued that poetry's meaning arises from its internal elements, paradox, irony, and metaphor, resisting simple paraphrase. W.K. Wimsatt and Monroe C. Beardsley introduced the influential concepts of the intentional and effective fallacies, reinforcing the idea that meaning should be derived from the text alone, not from the author's intentions or the reader's feeling. Crow Ransom, often called the founder of New Criticism, advocated for a scientific, precise approach to poetry, emphasizing the poem as an autonomous object. Other important contributors include R.P. Blackmer, Alan Tate, and Mark Scorer, each extending the principles of close reading and textual autonomy to both poetry and prose. Their collective work revolutionized literary education and set the stage for modern literary analysis. While New Criticism dominated mid-century literary studies, other schools offered alternative perspectives. The Cambridge School, led by I.A. Richards, William Empson, F.R. Leavis, and Q.D. Leavis, pioneered practical criticism and close reading, but often emphasized literature's moral and social dimensions. Richards' experiments with anonymous texts and Empson's exploration of ambiguity in poetry deeply influenced textual analysis. F.R. Leavis and Q.D. Leavis stressed literature's role in cultural health and moral seriousness, shaping generations of critics. Meanwhile, the Chicago School, or Neo-Aristotelians, led by R.S. Crane, Wayne C. Booth, Elder Olson, and sometimes Robert Penn Warren, challenged New Criticism's focus on language and irony. They advocated for pluralism, genre analysis, and the study of plot, character, and mimetic purposes. Booth's concept of the implied author and Olson's genre-specific criticism expanded the field, promoting a more holistic and humanistic approach to literature. Together, these schools enriched literary theory, ensuring a vibrant, ongoing dialogue about how we read and understand texts. The influence of New Criticism and its contemporaries continues to shape literary studies today. The movement's insistence on close reading and textual autonomy remains a cornerstone of classroom practice, even as newer theories like reader response, new historicism, and post-structuralism have challenged its limitations. Cambridge and Chicago schools contributed vital methods and concepts, from practical criticism to narrative theory, ensuring that literary analysis remains dynamic and multifaceted. Whether focusing on the intricate unity of a poem, the ambiguity of language, or the broader social and ethical implications of literature, these critical traditions have enriched our understanding of texts. By balancing rigorous analysis with openness to context and plurality, modern literary theory stands on the foundation built by these pioneering critics, inviting us to explore literature in ever more nuanced and meaningful ways.